Hey everyone, it's Linda's Babies Reborn Nursery again. This little guy, I just completed a week or so ago. His mommy is waiting for him, and he'll be going home within the next 3 to 4 days, and I just wanted to share him. This is the Spencer kit. I believe he's by Wendy Dickinson. He can be purchased from Bountiful Babies. And he's just a sweet, chubby, he's a very short, chubby baby, but very, very cute. And his mommy chose for him to be bald. And so he doesn't have any hair, but he is so cute. Look at his cute little bald head. I gave him a very mottled newborn complexion because that's what his mommy had wanted. You can see his slight veining coming down here. And some, let's see, another very faint vein coming down this way. And I gave him very faint little hand-painted eyebrows. He has hand-rooted eyelashes in a very pale light brown. Cute pug little nose. And just a little tiny bow mouth. Isn't that cute? It looks like a little bow. Such a sweet little kit. I'm going to unwrap him here so that you can see him a little better. I love his little hands. One of them is kind of in a little fist, and the other one has some chubby little fingers sticking out. And like I said, his mommy wanted a very newborn complexion, fair complected. She didn't want what am I trying to say? She didn't want any stork bites or anything like that. Just taking his pants off so I can show you his little legs and his feet. Little blush knees. And again, the newborn mottled complexion. Look at those chubby little feet. Look at that. Little pink piggy toes. Isn't that cute? All of his nails were given a manicure, but I try to keep my manicures not bright white and very kind of faint, because you don't want them to look like my thumb. That would just look like he had a fake nails from the salon. So I tried to keep his, on all my babies, I try to keep their little manicure and pedicure looking natural and not too bright white and kind of translucent. Another little chubby leg, little rosy knee, newborn modeling. And his limbs are filled with glass beads. I use the size beads in the sandblasting community. They're called size number 1. So they're just big enough that they don't go through a nylon stocking, but they're not like the glass sand that a lot of people use. That does go through the nylon stockings, and so I prefer the little round beads, and they're much smaller than the poly pellets, but they're just barely big enough that they don't go through the nylon stockings. So I weight their limbs with that, and I usually fill them a little more than halfway, and then I top it off with polyfill, and I plug them with plastic plugs so that the glass beads won't be leaking out. And I gave him 3/4 limb, doe suede body. There's his doe suede cap on his leg. And then his body is filled with a nylon stocking that I stretch out. It's like a nylon knee-high, but I get the queen size ones so that they're quite wide, and I stretch and stretch and stretch them until they like almost fill the whole cavity of the body. And I stuff them with poly pellets and cluster fluff, enough so that they've got a good weight to them, but they're still very, very posable and soft and cuddly. even a little bit floppy. I don't make them too floppy, but I make them just floppy enough so that when their mommy picks them up, their little head has to be supported. See? He's a little wobbly, but he's not by any means empty feeling. You know how some babies, you pick them up, feels like all the weight's in the butt and nothing in the top? Well, he's stuffed just right. And I don't remember exactly how much he weighs, probably between 4.5 and 5 pounds. And there's his little modeling again. His little ear. His face. His other ear. And he's just the sweetest little guy. I gave him a little bit of moisture at the corners of his eyes, a little bit in his nose, and I don't open the nose on my babies simply because I don't want to make a mistake and drill into the face in some way. I mean, if the drill slips, you've ruined the kit, and I just don't want to take that chance, number one. And number two, because so many reborn collectors are into bathing their babies, which I have to bite my tongue on, because all I can think of is there is water going to get in that baby, and then the baby's going to mold. And so another reason why I don't open the nose is because when you're washing the baby's hair, sometimes water dribbles down the face, and all it would take is a couple drops to get in the nose, or maybe even one drop, and moisture to get in there, and then your baby's going to mold. So I prefer to keep the face intact and not have any openings where water's going to get in, so that they don't get moisture in there and mold. So this little guy is going home in this cute little outfit. Has footed pants, which I just took off. Has a little bear hanging on the moon and little stars. Has a little matching cap here. Fits his bald fat head just perfectly. And the little pants are right here. So he's going home in this outfit. There's the little stars on the toes of his pants. And he's going home with this little blanket. And then I've included many little surprise outfits and things for his mommy. And she requested that he didn't have a magnet, so he doesn't have a magnetic pacifier. But I have included a pacifier that the nipple has been cut off, and a little bit of tacky putty is in place so that she can give him a pacifier if she would like to. So he's going to go home with those things. Another thing that's a little confusing to me, as reborning has progressed, we have always talked about modified pacifiers and magnets and those sort of things. And as I've been reborning, we always referred to a modified pacifier as a pacifier that has like the tip of the nipple clipped off so that it fits in a baby's open mouth. And a magnetized pacifier as being one with a magnet on it. But now I guess you all say that when you modify a pacifier, that's when you're putting a magnet on it. So I find that a little confusing, but anyway, whatever the case may be, this little guy is going home with a little pacifier with the nipple cut off, and he has a little tacky putty on it so he can have it stick to his mouth if his mommy so chooses. But anyway, I wanted to just share this little guy with you. I thought he came out really, really cute, and I have really enjoyed reborning him for his mommy, and I hope she likes him. She saw some pictures of him. I did some work in progress photos, and she really liked him, so hopefully when she gets him, she'll still be in love with him. And she's excited about getting him, so she'll have him later this week. So enjoy your day, and thank you for watching my video, and excuse my foot. As usual, I'm sitting in my recliner because that's the most comfortable position for my back. We're having some rather warm and humid weather, and that causes my back to really act up and my asthma as well, so I get a little short of breath. So this is the best place for me to do my videos, so you'll see my feet sticking out. As long as you don't mind, I don't care. Okay, well, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.